Hi guys, welcome to my channel RAIHAN'S Studio. It's my new video about how to blur the background in a photo by Adobe Photoshop. First, I'll open the photo I want to edit. Then with the zoom tool, I'll adjust the size of the photo. Then I will select the subject of the photo, and the subject is the man holding the camera. For selecting the subject of the photo, I'll first zoom into the photo. Then I'll select the quick selection tool. Then I'll adjust the size of the quick selection tool by the bracket buttons in the keyboard. Then by clicking, I will select the subject. See how I'm clicking and the subject is being selected. My photo is in good quality, so the quick selection tool is selecting my photo very easily and automatically. But if your photo is not in good quality, you can also select your subject by clicking the edges one by one. See how the subject is being selected. Here we found a wrongly selected area. We have to deselect it. To deselect it, I will first hold the Alt and I will click into this area and the area will be deselected. Alt button helps us to do a negative thing of a tool, the negative work by a tool. I select the subject by the quick selection tool, but to deselect an area, I need the help of Alt button. See, here is also a wrongly selected area. I am deselecting it, and then I will again select it, and now it is selected rightly. See, here we found another wrongly selected area, but it's very small, so at first I will zoom into this area. Then I'll go to the quick selection tool. Then I'll adjust the size of the quick selection tool by the bracket buttons in the keyboard. Then with the Alt button, holding the Alt button, I'll click into this area and the area will be deselected. Now with the zoom tool, I'll zoom out. We can also zoom out by holding Alt and clicking. Alt also works in zoom. Okay, see, now the subject of the photo is selected. But I want to blur the background area, the outer area of the subject. So I'll go to the quick selection tool and I'll right click and I'll click to select inverse, and see now the background area, the outer area of the subject is selected. Now I'll go to the zoom tool and with the Alt button I'll adjust the zoom, and see now the background is selected, and I'll go to filter, I'll go to blur, then I'll select tile shift. I'm selected tile shift because see, here is a road area in the photo and we have to leave it unblurred, right? So this is why tile shift is needed. And we have to adjust the white lines, the white marks on the photo. It indicates the areas which will not be blurred. The darker white lines indicate that area which will be not blurred. And the other white lines indicates those areas who are going to be blurred, but we want to adjust the amount of blur in those areas, so we have to adjust the another white lines too. Now we will select the amount of blur. See, now the photo looks good. The road is unblurred and the background is blurred, and we will now adjust the white lines again. Adjusting the white lines rightly is very important. Now the photo looks good, and I'll click to OK. Then it will process the blur. It will not take so much time, a few seconds. Now the photo is permanently blurred. Then I'll go to the quick selection tool and I'll right click and I'll click to deselect, and the selection ends will be disappeared, and see, now the photo is permanently blurred in the background. We can also undo the background by go to edit and move backward, and by clicking move backward. But I'll not do that. I will then adjust the contrast of the photo. See, while I am adjusting the contrast of the photo is changing very nicely. Adjusting the contrast and brightness in a photo is very important. It makes a photo very nice. Then I'll go to the curves. Then I'll adjust the curves. Then I'll go to hue and saturation. Saturation is about to the amount of color in a photo. See, it's increasing the amount of color. It's very nice and very interesting. I will adjust the saturation and I'll hit cross. Now the photo looks good, very good. And the background is blurred, and then I'll go to file to save the photo, and I'll click save as, and I'll name it as Photoshop. And in the format, the most used formats are JPEG and the PNG, but I'll go for JPEG, and I'll click save, and I'll go for large file. I'll click OK, and the photo will be saved. Now we go and see the change. See how the photo's background is blurred and the photo has a contrastive change. Okay guys, the video ends here. If you like my channel, please subscribe it, and if you like the video, please hit like button and share the video. Goodbye friends.